Lilya. What? Lilya. I am. What? Come to me. This was a guy whom she saw for the first time in her life in a small room of the communal flat. Meanwhile, her boyfriend Pasha was asleep drunk and naked on the upper shelf of the same room next to some other punks. And a little girl was crawling around the room, touching empty bottles, dirty blankets, cat's shit, and the mother sometimes dragged her away, Anfisa. I met them occasionally. I was looking for a new story about the feelings, love, hate, fear, whatever. I saw Lilya in a barely known St. Petersburg, near a famous underground club. She sat down to pee. "Can I photograph you, please?" "Fuck off," said the punk who was looking after the baby carriage. But Lilya started to pose for me with great enthusiasm. She was proud of her beauty, of her extreme looks, of her blonde angel-looking little girl. Then she invited me to her place. It was filled with strange smells and drunk people. Her boyfriend Pasha, whom she called Dandelion for his curly hair, was more an aggressive punk and junkie. They were listening to horrible music, watching horror movies, and their room reminded more a cyberpunk club than a living space. Everything what happened there reminded more a nightmare, and it was difficult to remember afterwards how it really was. They were living in a darkness, mixing day and night, behind the thick curtains, descending to the street only to ask some money for the cheap alcohol. They already couldn't buy any drugs. The daughter was with them all the time, and she was looking at all this with wide open eyes, tried to touch and to taste everything. They fed her with artificial milk, dragged off the dangerous things, changed her diapers, and told Anfisa stop, Anfisa go to sleep. Anfisa could go to sleep with very heavy music and noise. She was a quiet and behaving baby and almost didn't cry. The 7 days passed like this, and they remembered it afterwards, like an end of a long period when they went to the very bottom. After that, they kicked out all the guests, cleaned the house, and lived like normal people. Well, almost like normal people. By the way, what means normal people? They live only till the next crazy period. After this story, I made an exhibition in St. Petersburg, and the characters came to the opening. They had a good laugh about themselves on the pictures and couldn't even believe that someone can accuse them. The viewers also didn't react at all. The scandal started when I published the pictures in internet. Hundreds of bloggers started to blame the couple for the bad attitude to their daughter and photographer for indifference. My caption that there can be also some love and affection in such families caused even more hysteria. Someone wrote a letter to police and they started calling me to witness for the investigation. Their intention was to take the girl from the family and put it into the orphanage. I refused to answer and left the country for a while. I couldn't find any support for me and the family in non-profit organizations or social funds in Russia. There is already 2 years since the pictures were taken. I've visited the family a few times since that. They haven't quit their lifestyle, still use drugs, but still live rather bright and artistic life, and still take care of the girl, looking at her as a part of their life, sometimes with humor. But a half year ago, Lilya left the family, and nobody knows where she is now. Pasha brings his daughter to the kindergarten and goes to some cheap paid work. The girl can talk and seems to have normal development. She only has more serious eyes than other children of her age. Pasha looks miserable and aggressive and doesn't want to have any further contacts with people who concerned in the future of his family. The photographer refuses to take the right to blame these people.